All right, welcome back. Our friend Thomas Berry from The Shelter on Coleman Boulevard joining us now with Paul Bolt, who is the CEO of the trade option called Bartercard. We're so excited that Bartercard is in Charleston. We welcome Paul, and we start talking about Bartercard and how it works. You guys actually developed this in Australia. You're in several other countries. And now you're going to make Charleston literally the U.S. home base for Bartercard.
Yeah, that's right. Look, the whole concept actually started here in the U.S. The Australians are very good at copying whatever happens here in the U.S. and we take it down to Australia, we tinker with it and we try and make it better, and then we bring it back again. So we've been operating since in 1991, based out of Australia. We're in 9 other countries, and we've got over 25,000 businesses connected to us worldwide. And we trade at just over 700 million a year in transactional volume outside of the United States.
Good gracious.
And now we're finally bringing it to the US. So it's exciting times.
Tell us how it works.
Look, the concept is really simple. Most people, when they think of barter, think of a two-way trade, meaning you've got something that I want and I've got something that you want. And the concept of a trade exchange means that we sit in the middle and keep track of these transactions, and just because you buy from me, I don't have to buy from you. And really what we're doing is allowing people to be able to utilise their spare capacity and be able to turn that into something of value and then spend it with who they want to, not necessarily the person they bought from.
Okay, so you're the liaison, I should say, that's in the middle. That if I wanted if I wanted to take 15 people to Shelter for that, what can I give to him? What can I give to Thomas?
Well, you don't have to give anything to Thomas. You actually can give it to the rest of the network.
Okay.
And that's the beauty of it. So you might have a product or a service, but you can't provide anything to Shelter, but you want to go and eat there. And the beauty is that the Shelter wants to go and spend with someone else, and you'll provide your services to that person. And so it creates a network of businesses that can trade seamlessly and electronically, and our vision is to have a national footprint here in the United States, based out of Charleston, spanning out across the US.
And Thomas, with the Shelter, and I got to say, when I think of a hamburger, when I think of a big, juicy, rich hamburger that's where I go as a Shelter.
Well, I appreciate it.
Great spot, sitting outside, watching the cars go by, Coleman Boulevard.
Great brunch on Saturday.
And one of these days, I'm not going to be on the Christmas parade float. I'm going to be right there.
Yeah, please do.
That is a fantastic. How does Bartercard work with you?
We do a lot of direct trade to begin with. So, for example, electrician. We've known him for a while. Comes in, we give him a little bit of money, he does some work for us. That's great if you have that connection. We didn't necessarily have that connection with myriad individuals around town. So being in the organization, we can go and get our hardwood floors repolished, as we did back in January. In the meantime, that hardwood floor provider may be getting car washes from Liquid Highway, who's also a member.
I see.
And so all the money kind of comes into a pool, if you want to look at it that way. And the trade is indirect, so it's more of a, as Paul's saying, a trade organization, as opposed to having to actually make these liaisons. It's been particularly beneficial for us and a boon to our overall gross sales, because we had we were kind of lagging at lunch. I think people thought of us more as an evening scene. And
big time weekend.
The big time
brunch.
Weekend. Exactly, brunch.
I understand you got a great shrimp and grits as well now.
Shrimp and grits is killer.
Gonna have to go over
you
there.
You got to check it out for sure. And we really needed to fill in that lunch crowd, because we have this, overhead that we're maintaining, and lunch was okay, but it wasn't killer. And so they've really opened us up to almost like an advertising as well, because they bring people in either directly or indirectly through the organization. Those people come in, spend on trade during lunch. They in turn go out, tell their friends they've had a great time at the Shelter. Their friends come back and spend cash. We're also trying to grow our catering. And we started out kind of hobbling along, one event here, one event there. I think we have at least a half dozen events coming up, large events, between now and August. So it's been a huge boon for us. I can't speak enough about it. And I was, Jim Van Law, who's one of the other mains in the company, he absolutely had a hard sell with me. I definitely didn't quite get the concept. Now that I'm in it, I understand. And we're doing this Month of Man competition all month long in the month of May. That's also a liaison that was created out of this. So it's networking, it's indirect trade, it's advertising. It's really just been a huge boon for us all the way around.
Starting off fairly early right here in Charleston. How's it working in Australia?
Look, it started many years ago in Australia, and it grew very quickly in the early days. It didn't take long before it jumped the water into other countries, but essentially we've got about 45 franchisees in Australia. Oh, wow. There's like 20,000 card holders in Australia that are trading on a daily basis, and they're doing, you know, outside of the United States, like $60 million a month in transactional volume. Yeah. So the plan is to bring it to the United States, to allow businesses here in Charleston, but not just here, but in Columbia and Charlotte and Myrtle Beach, and as we span further and further out, to be able to trade. Because it's great for a guy from Columbia that wants to go down to Myrtle Beach and go to have a vacation, or from someone from here to go up to Columbia, go to a game and be able to stay in a hotel, go to a restaurant, and they can utilise that spare capacity and spend it anywhere within the country.
How can folks get a hold of you?
Very easy. They can track us down on our website, which is bartercard.usa.com. Email is info@bartercardusa.com. Or our phone number is 471-2000.
Very good. Guys, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having us.
Try that shrimp or grits.
Yeah, please do.
About that. All right, we'll be right back in just a moment, so stay with us.